Hello, this is Mad Cat, and I'm just doing a quick update video today. As you can see, I've shaved a bit. So, they've started implementing something new at my shelter. Now, they check bags, and they're wanting to prevent contraband from coming in, primarily weapons and drugs. And when it first happened, it wasn't a big deal, just open up my bag, look around for a little bit, and zip it back up. And the last shelter was like this, though they had metal detectors. Although the rumor was that one of the metal detectors they had, like a handheld one, was fake. That it didn't actually do anything, just looked like it did. But the other one was real. It was more of a deterrence. But now they've started to take all of my stuff out, my clothes, my laptop, and they'll put it onto a dirty table. Actually, they've stopped taking the laptop out, but they'll take my towel out, they'll take all of my clothes out, and have actually started requiring me to do it because they don't want to touch my underwear because even though they're wearing white plastic gloves. So I'm required now to take all of this stuff out and put it on a dirty table. Now, these tables are located outside in the smoking area. It's a pretty large area. There are several tables there, but they don't clean them. They don't really care to. So if I have clean clothes, they're now dirty because I put them on the table. And let's just say that it is very, very annoying. I mean, what's the point of having clean clothes if they're going to get dirty again? It's not like they're getting super dirty, but I have to do this every single day, and it's like I have some sort of system set up in my bag so I can get to things a lot quicker, but then I have to throw everything back in so it messes up the order. So, in light of that, I'm actually going to look into getting a storage unit. Now, I've looked a little bit online for storage units in this area, and they're about $47 a month for a 5x5. Now, that's actually a pretty good price considering others I've seen as high as $100 a month. But my issue with it, well, the thought that I have with it is if I'm going to have a storage unit, I might as well live in the storage unit. Now, that comes with a legality issue because you're not technically supposed to do that, but many people do. There's even like a Reddit AMA of someone who did exactly that and has videos online on how they set up. It's not unheard of. My friend Felipe states that he has done it before. He stayed in it for a couple of months. So, I mean, I'm really considering it. If I'm going to be renting out space, I might as well be staying there because I hate it at the shelter. I'm not eating very much as it is. People are very rude there. They really only care about themselves. I don't much care for the church service either. Um, so, I mean, why not? I mean, it does create some immediate concerns. I mean, I would need food and water first and foremost, but that's easily obtainable. Then I would need some form of electricity, possibly, but not necessary. Showering. I believe I have a solution for that. I can just use a cloth and, kind of like a sponge bath. The only problem that I haven't really accounted for is using the bathroom. But, I come to the library every day and I can use the bathroom here and I can drink water here. Um, and of course, I can keep my clothes there. I don't have to keep carrying my big backpack around with me Or if I do, I can unload all the stuff I don't need to take with me, so it's a lot lighter. Of course, I just bought myself a pillow because the shelter doesn't provide you a pillow. I'm expecting any day now someone to actually steal my pillow. But yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, yes, I did try living off the land when I first got disabled, and I realized that I really couldn't do it. But having been homeless for about a month now, I feel like I understand it a lot better. And while I'm not going to be living off the land, and while I will still have to be paranoid and make sure that I don't get caught, I don't know. I think it might be something I'll do, maybe not. 5 by 5 is the size at $47 a month. I might go to the $100 unit, which is 5 by 10. That'd give me a lot more room. Um, it wouldn't be ideal, but I mean, the only thing that's stopping me right now from doing it is that the shelter might be able to provide me with something that staying there would be in my best interests. And that's getting my food stamps card and my EBT. Well, no, my EBT card, which is also food stamps, and also getting Medicaid. I've been hearing talk about something called Section 8. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but it has something related to disability or whatever. And I know that the shelter wants to help people find houses. So if I were to live in, I'd be precluded from those things. So I should at least find out about those things first and get them to help me get these things. Maybe also get myself a Michigan ID, which I will need my birth certificate for. So I will try to talk to them tomorrow about when do I actually start seeing a caseworker. But the thing of it is that I'm just, I'd rather be in complete isolation, sleeping on the hard floor, using a bucket to wash myself and eating dried food for 2 months. I have met with Jenny, my girlfriend. We've spent some time together, so that's been very, very nice. I won't see her again for another 2 weeks. It's just the way her work schedule is, as also her responsibilities that she has at the home. But yeah, things are looking very good there. We are talking about me moving in with her by November. It could be shorter than that, it could be longer than that. We don't really have specifics as of this time. But if I rely on her really trying to get me in by November, then all I need is a shelter for October and November, not shelter, a storage unit. If I pay the $100 one, that's $200. Versus if I just pay the $47 one, that's, $100 right there. And if I get all of the other things that I need, why not? Then I just take a bus to the library every day. Maybe I buy a little bit of food here and there. And, it's like, that's just the thoughts I'm having right now. I'm making sure, though, that I do all my research first. I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm getting into and not rushing into it. Certainly, I've talked to Felipe. He has dealt with this before, so it really seems like a good idea. But post in the comments down below if you disagree with that or you support the idea. I mean, I'm living in a world where everything is just a horrible idea, but some ideas are better than others. I mean, I could stay at the shelter. I could go into a storage unit until I can move in with Jenny. Either way, it's going to be hard. But at least with the storage unit, I should be alone. Well, that does it for me. Be sure to check out my About page. You've got my GoFundMe there. You've got my PayPal. You've got my Patreon. Um, and if you're donating to my Patreon, this was brought up to me. I'll say a $1 reward. Right below that is I don't need any rewards. I just want to support. Click that, and you can put in your specific dollar amount. Um, Also, check out my book, Character Astrology Profiles, only $2.99. That helps me out a lot if someone buys it. But I'm going to get going. I'm busy today doing work. I am actually going to be trying to find a new job because while this job is a guaranteed, I've really, I fought, I didn't really fight to get my job back. I just made a valid point and my boss couldn't disagree with me. But if you really look at it, I'm working the next 2 weeks to try to get a 20K book out for $200. I've calculated it to be about 96 hours. 96 hours for $200. That's about $2 an hour. That and I'm sorry to say my time is worth a lot more than $2 an hour. The problem is there's really not a whole lot of other jobs out there I can do. I'm looking though. I'm looking at all sorts of websites. They say you can do this, this, and this, but usually they require some sort of upfront cost or requires me to travel around. So I'm looking. Anyways, that's going to do it for me today. This is Matt Cat signing out.